and welcome to this edition of You and the Law. On You and the Law, I add law to the news. I discuss the issues of law in the breaking news, and I also create time to discuss other issues of law affecting everyday living. My name is Ekemi. I'm a legal practitioner, and I'm always glad to know that you're there keeping me company. This is the first edition of 2022, and I welcome you all to my channel. I thank you for watching my channel in 2021 when it first debuted. And I'm glad that you are still continuing to watch this channel. I do pray that your heart's desires will be met in 2022 and beyond. You may have observed, as you would have observed, there are some changes that have been effected on this channel. The reason here is to see as much as we can to serve you better. Thank you once again for watching. In this edition of You and the Law, I am discussing the right to life, the fundamental right to life. There are many fundamental rights provided in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But how many of these do you know? There are many fundamental rights provided in the African Charter. How many of these do you know? There are many fundamental rights provided in the Universal Declaration on Human Rights. How many of these rights do you know? But do not worry. You and the Law is designed to serve you better and to let you know what the law says about these rights that have been provided in all these documents. And we're starting this year with a discussion on the right to life. What does it mean? The right to life is a fundamental right provided for the benefit of every human person. The only qualification for the enjoyment of the right to life is the fact that you're a human person. And so your life shouldn't be taken away by the security agents, by the police in particular, or by the army, by the DSS, by the Civil Defense Civil Defense Authority, or by your neighbor, a violent neighbor, and so on. So the right to life is sacred, it is available to everybody, and it is expected that everybody's right has to be respected. But before I proceed, let's display it on the screen for you to see exactly what the Nigerian Constitution says about this very fundamental right to life. As you can see on the screen, Section 33 of the Constitution provides, every person has a right to life, and no one shall be deprived intentionally of his life, save in execution of the sentence of a court in respect of a criminal offense of which he has been found guilty in Nigeria. You can see clearly, as displayed on the screen, that the Constitution has not minced words about what the right to life is. It simply says that everybody has a right to life, and nobody's right shall be deprived without having a problem with the law. Because if you deprive somebody's life, you have a problem with the law. You have a date with the law. So no one's life shall be deprived except it is done in execution of a lawful order. That means that before a person's life can be taken, there should be a pronouncement of a court of law finding the person guilty of a capital offense and then sentencing him to death by hanging or death by firing squad. Anything outside that, you do not have the right to deprive anybody of his rights. Of his life. Now, security agencies are given the power to hold guns and to hold rifles and so on for purpose of administering security to the country. In the course of that, they are not expected to use the rifles, they are not expected to use the ammunition recklessly. And so, if a security officer should shoot and kill another person, and it is seen that he did so recklessly without taking into cognizance the principle of proportionality, that means that the security officer has committed the offense of murder and has violated the right to life of that citizen. And when that is done, the security officer has a date with the law. He can rightly be arrested, tried, and then if he's found guilty, he will be sentenced to death by hanging or by firing squad. And when that is done, he loses his life. So the fundamental right to life is available to everybody, citizens of the country, and also visitors to the country. The fact that someone is not a Nigerian citizen doesn't mean that if he comes into Nigeria, he will not have the right of being alive. His right to life is guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, by the African Charter, and most importantly universally by the Universal Declaration on Human Rights. So you can see clearly that the law does not joke with the rights to life. The right to life is a significant right Well, it has to be respected by everybody, irrespective of sex, irrespective of what you are doing, irrespective of the authority that you have in society. You have to respect the lives of other people in society. I do hope you have learned one or two things about the fundamental rights to life. Do as much as you can to protect your own life. And also, as someone who has the permission of the law to hold a rifle, to hold a gun, and so on, do not abuse that right. Do not abuse that privilege, because if you abuse the privilege, you certainly have a debt with the law. Anybody who has a debt with the law will certainly have an experience that he did not really bargain for. Thank you very much for watching this very edition of You and the Law. I do hope you'll continue to watch You and the Law so that from time to time we can learn the basic principles of law together as much as possible. I remain your friend, I remain your lawyer, and I remain your host, Ekemini Udim. Thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe to the channel.